Hello everyone, our journey comes to Tai O, which used to be a fishing village for centuries located in Lantau Island in Hong Kong. Nowadays Tai O, it probably becomes one of the popular local tourist spots. The government plans to have some redevelopment here and all are to be against by the villagers. In this video, we would like to discover the marine heritages conserved in Tai O, and the first stop is the salt pans.
One major source for living in Tai O was salt production. Salt pans, which used to occupy almost half of areas in Tai O, were located at the southwest of Lantau Island. 1930 to 40s was the most flourishing period of time. At that time, salt produced in Tai O was sold to other places in Hong Kong and also mainland China. However, salt industry started to decline in 1960s because cheaper salt was available in the market imported from Thailand and mainland China. In year 1977, the last salt producer retired and it represented the end of Tai O's salt production industry. Salt Workers Quarter, which is located at Shanky Bridge, witnessed the rise and fall of Tai O's salt industry. The local people utilize the high-quality salt and their abundant catches to make salt fish. One feature of salt produced in Tai O is the lower saltiness, which makes the fish less salty but remain the taste of fish. Therefore, when talking about Tai O, what comes to people's mind maybe its famous shrimp sauce and salt fish. This is the life of tanker in the past. We have interviewed the local people in Tai O. They all claim that tanker was the same as people living on water, who is also called 水上人. They said that it is impolite to call people tanker, as tanker was used to describe fishermen who were poor and less educated. Both tanker and people living on water are quite superstitious. If people drop their chopsticks, some would associate it with bad luck, and something terrible would happen. Women and children are separated from men when having their meal. Women are not allowed to walk to the bow of a ship when they were having period, as they think women are dirty at that time.
以前咧，啲人係點樣睇一啲水上人㗎？
以前窮啊，冇得睇，係一個冇文化嘅一群。
哦。
係冇文化嘅一群。
即係覺得佢哋係因為佢哋窮，同埋佢係打魚。
冇錯啦。
所以就覺得佢哋窮。
啲鄉紳有好少人係水上人嚟嘅，你留意下。你留意下中國嘅歷史或者香港嘅歷史，好少嘅富商係商真，除咗我哋個海盜鄭乜嘢嗰個咧，張寶仔啊。
Tai O is located at the Pearl River estuary, which provides lots of catch to fishermen. 1940s was the most thriving time of fishery. There were more than 500 fishing boats and 30 to 40,000 fishermen. Basically, yellow cricket was the most common fish caught at that time. Later, the Hong Kong government promotes fishery mechanization. The number of fishing boats increased to almost 1,800 in 1960s. Yellow cricket production decreased to less than half in 1960s. The fishing season of yellow cricket began to disappear, and the decline of Tai O fishery continued since this time.
而家同埋以前打魚有啲咩分別啊？
以前打魚咧有打魚嘅好嘅，因為咧可以攞魚咧，有時攞1、2萬翻嚟又有。你呢度依家時間係冇啦，係嘛？而家冇嘢做，根本都80歲啦，我哋。
哦，就算你後生出去打魚，即係譬如你而家一個後生仔出去打魚，都冇可能揾到咁多錢㗎嘛。
揾到兩餐嘅，冇話揾唔到㗎，出得去做嘢都揾到兩餐㗎啦。
哦，咁即係話其實係咪話而家嗰啲漁獲好似少過以前？
少咗多少，因為船少攞啊嘛。
船少咗。
船少咗少貨啦，咁樣根本就佢嗰啲船咧，有好多咁做㗎啦，而家。
唔做啦。
咁啊，海上咧咪好多魚。
than 100 years ago, Tai O was hit by a plague. In an effort to drive out the epidemic, local fishermen parade along the local waterways on dragon boats with the deity statues that they had borrowed from temples in the area. The plague ended, but the custom has been maintained to this day. Now, this custom has become an annual festivity to celebrate the Dragon Boat Festival. It is known as the Dragon Boat Water Parade. This festivity is organized by 3 fishermen's associations, namely Pa Tan, Xin Yu Han, and Hep Sin Tong. On the morning before the festival, members of the association row their dragon boats to visit 4 temples, including Yuan Hao, Thiên Hậu, Quan Thị, Hong Sinh. Then they carry the deity statues back to their association's hall for worship. On the day of the festival, Pa Tan roll dragon boats and complete a process called picking the grass. The dragon boats then sent out on the parade or god parade. A small boat that carries the deity statues is towed by a dragon boat along the local waterways. At this time, gold and silver paper offerings for the departed soul are burned, while residents of the sealed houses also burn joss sticks. As entertainment for gods, the dragon boats engage in a race after the parade. After that, the deities are transported back to the temples. Dragon Boat Water Parade is not just a celebration for the Dragon Boat Festival, but also a traditional custom that increases the cohesion among people and sustains neighborhood relationships. Therefore, the 3 Dragon Boat associations joined forces to form the Joint Association of Traditional Dragon Boats in Tai O, Hong Kong, and make effort to continue this great event.
From a visitor's view, Tai O, which has a marvelous nickname called the Venice of East, is one of the very few remaining fishing villages in Hong Kong. When we are talking about its features, you may think of people living and working on boats. Yes, there was no exception in transportation too. A large sampan has acted as a unique nostalgic transportation in Tai O for over 85 years before, and it is called the rope-drawn ferry. This old-fashioned just depends on the labor force with a long rope linking to 2 streets, which are about 10 meters away. In 1990s, each sampan could bear around 20 to 30 people, and the fee of traveling the river only cost 50 cents each time. Undoubtedly, it did attract a lot of tourists and became one of the selling points here. However, more the advanced technology has developed, more the changes happened. In 1996, huge sampans were replaced by the rope-drawn ferry bridge. Not only does it bring a lot of convenience towards citizens, it also shows that this fishing village has kept abreast of modern development. Here's the sightseeing boat in Tai O. We took it to travel around here. In the tour, we can see the stilt houses along the rivers, which are another special feature here. Actually, stilt houses on water has already existed in more than 200 years in history. These unusual structures are interconnected, forming a community on the water. Most stilt houses are ventilative and they produce cool. The high platform above the water surface can act as a protection against flooding and harmful insects. Here you can observe that some stilt houses are dilapidated and even removed. Meanwhile, some of them were refitted into restaurants. When we walk along the Sungate Bridge, numerous stilt houses also can be seen nearby. From the appearance, don't simply believe that it is just constructed by woods only. Indeed, there are also iron planks to strengthen it. And more importantly, there are waterproof materials on the cover of pillars so the houses won't be eroded by seawater easily. How clever of the fishermen! Luckily, we were glad to be invited into one of the stilt houses. According to our interviewer, Mr. Ho, here lives several families, and it is common for each family has 30 to 50 members living together in 70s. Inside many stilt houses like this, several families share a corridor and they can pass through others' living rooms. In spite of the old and simple facilities, close relationship between neighborhoods also can be developed. In fishing era, fishermen usually worked in family-based. It provides a safety shelter for the elderly and children while their breadwinners go to work. But do you want to know more details about stilt houses in Tai O? For example, do the facilities here be enough? Is there any houses used for renting or selling? And why the number of this kind of house is keep decreasing? Let's find the answer in an interview of a retired lady who was a fisherman for.
有冷氣嘅，有廚房有冷氣，有洗衣機乜都有。你冇嗰啲嘢點得啊？
咁咧，而家係即係唔好似棚屋係咪即係好似要攞牌咁樣先可以？
攞牌㗎，唔再唔俾起㗎。
Although stilt house is the landmark in Tai O, the number of it is declining. Building stilt houses is actually a kind of unauthorized building works, and it is illegal. Nevertheless, the fishing industry is no longer prevalent as before, and most young people in Tai O tend to work in city. After all, we found that people here are nice and welcome, and the most crucial one is a sense of human warmth.
Now we are going to talk about the Chinese white dolphin. It is first discovered in the Pearl River estuary by explorer Mundy in 1637. Chinese white dolphin is a marine mammal species with high intelligent animal. Without doubt, it will be the second most intelligent animal after human, based on weight, brain, and spinal cord ratio. This is the body structure of dolphin. Chinese white dolphin is not clearly white. It is spotty and gray when it is younger. The spot would be faded and color would be changed to pink when it grows older. This is dorsal fin of dolphin. The dorsal fin is a protuberant triangle and located on the back. It could be used for individual identification. This is the pectoral fin of the dolphin. The remaining two fins are called the pectorals. Pectorals help the dolphin to stop and turn, acting as a balancing planes. And this is the fluke of dolphin. The fluke is used for propulsion and turning in the water. It has a smooth edge and a deep curve in the middle. Sankai Bridge. Sankai Bridge is the one of the two bridges in Tai O. It is painted in red color. Once you cross the bridge, you will see the mangrove forest ahead. The entrance is located behind a grocery store, which is about a 10-minute walk from the bridge. Salt production and fishing were once the mainstays of Tai O village on Lantau Island. However, the local salt industry went into decline in the modern times. The desolated salt marshes were slowly invaded by mangrove, which eventually transformed the area into the ecological treasure it is today. Now, more than half of the homegrown mangrove species in Hong Kong can be found here in Tai O. A distinctive feature of mangrove is the far-reaching exposed root. While these roots come in many different shapes and sizes, they all perform an important function: structural support in the soft soils. This is the mangrove crabs. Mangrove crabs are crabs that live among mangroves. They have been shown to be ecologically significant in many ways. They keep much of the energy within the forest by burying and consuming leaf litter.